Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. And well, what we're going to do today, in fact, we are still at Lou and we are going to continue our community goal. Now the first community goal that I was showing last time was the battle for Lou, but it had so many players involved in that it actually reached its target before the cutoff date, which was very impressive. I've not actually seen that happen personally. I'm sure it has, but out of the community goals that I've been involved with, it hasn't actually, well, not that I've seen this actually happen, but we reached the target and I was in the top 40%, which you saw before, and I scored a quite a massive 7 million credits. That was like more than what I originally had. But yeah, with that money, I decided, I got a little bit more money on top as well. I decided to pick myself up a Vulture because at this station it was only 4.9 million. So it was affordable, and I just, you know, I used the credits that I had and started building it up, and I upgraded the ship to, you know, to more or less the standard that I would like it. I would like more on it, but it really comes down to the power plant. Let me show you. I'll just get to the outfitting here. So I'm rolling this with 2 gimbal pulse lasers. Now I want 2 gimbal burst lasers, but I'm having trouble finding them. The reason for gimbaled is, well, for the mission that I'm currently doing, I really need the gimbaled lasers, and I'll show you why in a bit. But yeah, I would like burst lasers instead of pulse, but again, I've been going to different stations, different high-tech stations. I saw some fixed burst lasers, but not gimbaled, so those are my target ones anyway, so these will do in the meantime. They're pretty good. They do quite a bit of damage. I'm running this ship with a shield booster, and the reason for that is this ship has very strong shields as it is. I mean, really strong shields. And with a shield booster on top of it, it's so hard to lose the shields. And I've been under attack by an anaconda, by a python at the same time. And really, if I was in my Cobra, I would lose those shields so quickly. But with this, coupled with the shield generator that I'm about to show you, it's really, really defensive. And I stuck a shaft launcher on this as well. This is a recent addition because it's just to help me, you know, avoid gimbaled fire. It does take my power usage over the available, but I've adjusted some of the priorities, so it doesn't really affect me that much. And if you go on to the internals here, I picked up my Class A power plant, so I can fit everything on here. I've got a Class B thrusters. I could upgrade to Class A, but they're very expensive. Oh, let me have a look. Well, they don't even have it at this station. But I mean, the Class B were like 1.7. I think Class A were around 5 million. So yeah, I didn't want to chuck onto Class A thrusters for that. We got a Class B frameshift drive. I keep saying class, but it's ratings. But if you hear me say it, just ignore that. It's fine. Yeah, so again, the frameshift drive was quite expensive. I was stuck with the default life support because, to be fair, they're hardly ever getting through my shield, so I don't really need it. The power distributor, I recently actually put this up to a rating of A, because it actually helps your weapons recharge quicker, and helps basically your shields recharge quicker, your engines, so it helps you boost faster, like more often, not faster, but more often. When you're using up those power and then you're waiting for those bars to go up, a better power distributor will actually get those bars recharging a lot quicker. Of course, because I'm using gimbaled weaponry, I want rating A sensors. The fuel tank is pretty low. It's a capacity of 8. So you're talking, yeah, you can't travel that far in this ship. But I mean, with a good frameshift drive like I've got around, I think it's, what's my jump range on this? I think it's 12 light years. Oh, it says it down here. Full jump range, yeah, around 12 light years. So it's not too bad considering it's like a small ship. We upgraded my shield generator to a rating of B because I wanted the A, but again, very expensive, very, very expensive. I can go down, maybe it will be here. This station isn't that good for parts. I don't think we'll be able to see it here. This shield's on A3, but that's actually a lower class than I've got. But yeah, I did have a look, I just couldn't afford it. Now I've got 3 cargo racks, a 16 rack, a 4 rack, and a 2 rack, which brings it up to 22. And this is only purely for this mission that I'm on right now. You'll see why in a second. And of course some shield cell banks. Just in case my shields do go down, I've got that as a kind of backup. But to be fair, I haven't even used this at all yet. So yeah, that's the Vulture right there. Again, I'm just looking for the better weapons, but until then, this will have to do. we'll head on over to the bulletin board. Now here is the one I'm doing. You can see, you no longer see the community goal for the battle because it's been completed. We reached the target. So yeah, there's no need to continue further doing it. Now this one is collecting military intelligence and bringing it to the Crimson State group. So the military intelligence is basically located in a lake on Type 9, and you need to go to a convoy place and you need to somehow get the lake on to drop it. At the same time, there's still fighting going on around you. Now, the best way to do it for me is to shoot out the cargo hatch. You don't want to destroy it completely because once it's down to 0%, it can't actually release any more of the stuff. So I just do it chunk by chunk and wait for the little flashing red light to happen. And then just then go and collect that stuff, come back, shoot it some more, see if it releases more, stuff like that, basically. And then once I go out, finish with that, I go out of the zone, then come back in after it's reset, and then just keep doing it until my cargo hold is full. And yeah, so you get that stuff, and then you sell it on the black market. They are worth around 43,000 credits each. So at 22 tons of 43,000, you're talking around 800 to 900,000 credits. I'm not going to do the math right now because, yeah, it took me too long. But yeah, so here I'm actually already in the top 15%. There's only 1 day and 20 hours left to go on this. So by the time this video comes out, it might be over, might be a few hours left. But yeah, the top 15% currently is at 5 million credits rewards. If we manage to reach the third tier, it'll probably go up to maybe 7 million. I'm not too sure. Maybe it will jump up to the next one. I'm not too sure. But what I'd like to do is get into this top 5%. But judging by the amount of total tons collected, which is 232,000, and I've only collected 140, you can see that might be, what's a target? Everyone's got to have a target. So I'm just doing it because each run is netting me nearly 1 million each go. And it's pretty fun. It's quite tactical. And rather than just going blowing stuff up, you have to try and collect stuff while you're under attack and everything. It's pretty cool. But that's what I'm going to show you today anyway. So let's head on out of here. So I'm still at Hartsfield Market, where I was before in Lou. And the Convoy beacon is literally just round the corner. It's on the other side of the planet. I won't be able to see it until I leave. So let's get out of here. So just outside of here, there's a fantastic Earth-like planet, and you can, if you get the dark side, you can see all the lights on the planet. It's pretty cool.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Okay, so let's see if it's here, and we shall select it. So there's the planet. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Look, if I go to the debug camera, actually. Yeah. Get a nice little view of the planet with the ship. I'm starting to get used to this debug camera controls now. It's pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. Some great screenshots. Anyway, so we are going to head on over to this Convoy beacon. Now I'll show you the trick that I'm doing to get the instance to reset. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but it works most of the time. So I want to stay kind of away from the planet so I don't get trapped in its gravitational pull. So otherwise it'll take me ages to get there. Okay, so here we are. There doesn't seem to be that many ships. Do we have... Yeah, we go. Principal hauler. Now, the first thing you want to check is to make sure there's actually attacking going on. Because if you attack the ship with no one attacking, then, yeah, you might get completely destroyed. But we are going to target the cargo hatch. Need to position ourselves. And now we are going to select the side of the Crimson State group. Now we can attack. So these lasers are pretty strong. How quickly it just rips through shields. Now I need to get underneath this ship. They don't make it easy, do they? There we go. Now with my gimbals, do I see a red light yet? Nope. There, now I see the red light. It just flashes on the cargo hatch. Now how many did it drop? I see a couple on the radar. So right now I'm going to try and pick these up.
Target shields online. Cargo scoop deployed.
You're probably wondering why I just keep going with the Lacon. But the problem is, these cargo, well, these military intelligence, they do expire after a while, or they just get weaker and weaker. And the weaker they are, you have to like kind of get it perfect when you're scooping them. Otherwise, they just destroy really easily. So what I do is I pick up what he's dropped, then I go back to him. Easy. I get the next one. And the great thing about being in a vulture on this particular mission is because they can attack me all they want, but they just don't get through my shields. I didn't actually sell my Cobra. I kept it in storage because I don't know. I've kind of grown attached to it. You know, when you use a ship for such a long time, you built it up, and I don't know, you just get that attachment. Okay, so that's all of the things that have dropped. The guy is still alive, so we will see if he's got any more goodies to give away. It's only at 23%, so I can't hit it too many times.
Target shields offline.
Let's get his shields offline ready. Now we're going to go underneath him. And it's a lot easier to get underneath a ship in a vulture than it is in a Cobra. Come on. Hit it. Is he going to drop more? Yeah, there we go. So you only want to do it bit by bit. You don't want to completely destroy it. Otherwise you just won't drop any more. What am I doing? I need to go to the contacts. There we go. So he's dropped loads more.
Target shields
Yeah.
online. Cargo scoop deployed.
So and this is another reason why you really kind of want the two groups to be here. So they can fight each other rather than everyone fighting you. You can try and kill everyone, but at the end of the day, you want to try and get as many as you can in a short period of time. So otherwise, it's going to be there for ages. That's me not concentrating. Happens more often than you think. But, let's try that again, shall we? Okay, so we got everything. Is that Hall? Yeah, the Hall is still alive, but
Cargo scoop.
his cargo hatch is down to 7%. So one more hit is going to be dead. So there's no point even going for it. So how much cargo did we get? We got 9. So we got 9 out of 22. So what we need to do is get the instance reset.
Frameshift drive charging.
The best way to do this, because it does take time for to get a full reset. You could jump straight back in, but the instance was probably going to be empty. So what I do, I just go into Super Cruise, go at the lowest speed, which is 30 kilometers a second, and then I wait till I get around between 1.3 and 1.5 kilometers away, and then I turn around and just go slowly back. It works around 80% of the time, and so that's how I get the instance reset myself. But as for my, I showed you earlier about my power usage. It's kind of here, you can see it, usage 101%. Now, by default, your life support systems go offline. So what I've done, I've changed this, and I made sure my life support systems are in a priority, but I've disabled my frameshift drive. Because the only time I'm going to run out of power like that is when I'm in combat. And I don't need my frameshift drive active until I put my weapons away anyway. And when I put my weapons away, I'm not using all of that power. So it kind of works like that. You can also look at disabling your cargo hatch, for example. So you disable stuff that you're not going to be using. In this case, I am going to be using my cargo hatch, so I need it enabled. That's, you look at the current situation, what you're doing at the time, and you make changes according to what you need. So we are almost approaching this convoy beacon. Hopefully it's reset. We have a few ships, but I don't know. It's a Federal Navy ship. No, so it looks like the instance hasn't actually reset. But don't worry, you know, this happens. It's not a problem.
Frameshift drive charging.
We just try it again.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, there's a lot more ships. Hopefully this is... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, same again. We get up close to the hauler. We target its cargo hatch. Get our weapons out ready. And now, we change sides. Oh, let's get some power into the weapons. There we go.
Target shields offline.
Bit by bit. There you go, lights come on. You can see the flashing red light, the cargo. Now he's dropping stuff. We shall get the cargo hatch out.
Target shields online.
And the problem is it's hard to catch when they've just been ejected. I'm under attack by everything. Come on. Cargo acquired. There we go. Next one. So again, I'll just skip till I get everything. Okay, so I think this is the last one. Okay, so we'll get the cargo hatch away, and we'll see if the hauler is still alive, which he is. That's cool.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Wrong one. And then we're going to go back to the cargo hatch. It's at 54%, which means we've got some room for him to possibly drop more stuff.
Target shields offline.
Is it flashing? Not flashing yet. There we go. That's 1, 2, 3. You can see it on the radar. 4.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Let's pick this one up.
Under attack.
Okay, so we got all of them. The principal hauler is still alive, but how much has he got in his cargo hatch? 23%. Might be able to get a bit more. We can try. I don't know how much room we've got left though. We've got room for 2 more. So we might get lucky.
Target shields offline.
Okay, shields are offline. Now we just need to get
Frameshift
close enough.
charge detected.
Oh, he's going to shift out, isn't he? Come on, without dying. No, he's dead. Okay, that's fine.
Target destroyed.
So, what we'll do, we only need 2 more, so I'm not going to bother try to reset the instance. I'm just going to go straight back to Hartsfield. There it is. Get the weapons away. Now, I will give you a bit of advice. If you're going to be doing stuff like this, because I'm sure there's going to be more missions like this in the future, if you're in a small ship, like a Sidewinder or an Eagle, for example, or even a Viper, make sure you've got good enough shields to actually cope with the firing. So you could see when I was doing it, I was getting attacked at like crazy, but the shields on the Vulture, get my words out, are incredibly strong. They're much better than the Cobras, they're better than the Vipers, So just to ensure that you have got enough shields to last. Otherwise you'll need to do some more maneuvering or use more shaft grenades and use shield boosters and stuff like that. So just a heads up. Okay, so I am at Hartsfield's Market. Now the problem is I'm carrying illicit cargo, as you can see at the bottom right. So I need to dock very quickly before I get scanned, otherwise I'm going to be landed with a hefty fine. So I need to line up,
Docking request granted.
do a lot of boosting, make sure I don't crash into the station. Be funny if I did. Oh no, it really wouldn't be funny at all. Landing pad 12, there it is. Look at that. Too fast.
Landing gear deployed. Docking
Okay.
successful.
You made it
Engines
without getting
disengaged.
scanned, that was lucky. Hey, so we will refuel at 8 credits. Tiny. We are going to go to the contacts, black market, sell our goods, select military intelligence, go all the way to the end. And that is 807,840 credits in just 20 minutes. It's not too bad, is it? So, yeah, that's bumped my balance up to over 8 million now. That's pretty cool. And we can go to the bulletin board, see if I got lucky. Nope, I'm still in the top 15%. So it's probably going to take me a while to get to the top 5%, but you need something to work towards, and I'm hoping that I can get in there before the community goal finishes in 1 day and 20 hours. So, yeah, hopefully there'll be more community goals like this. I've really enjoyed this event at Lou. I know, let's have a look at the Galnet feed. I know they're going to be pushing into other places pretty soon, and the Lou Herald preparing for deployment. So yeah, they're going to be pushing on for this, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more community goals just like we've seen today, well, the last week, because the feedback for this particular way of doing community goals has been pretty awesome, and Frontier are pretty aware that they've done a really good job here. So I've been really enjoying these events. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there. I'm going to carry on, just, I would say grind, but it's not grinding. I'm actually enjoying it, because sometimes it changes. Sometimes you can get just like the Lakon and then 2 other side ships and a wing, and I take them out first and then go for the Lakon, and then other people start turning up. It makes it quite fun, a bit more varied. But yeah, I'm going to carry on doing that. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or anything like that, you know where to leave your comments. I will say, if you have a difference of opinion with people on the comments, try not to get in an argument, because I get notifications on my emails all the time, and I leave the notifications on because, you know, I like to respond to you. But when you guys are like arguing with each other, it just spams my inbox. So let's try to be civil. Yeah. Okay. So again, leave the comments below. Keep it civil. Keep it fair. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, fly safe.